Snarf Chris.
Johnny Stash.
Today we're reviewing the 2014 subscription exclusive figure, the Unnamed one.
Bitch, please. That's Roger.
Roger is what we're going to call him for the rest of the review, because that's what
we're going to call him.
Stash has named him now. It'll catch on. I guarantee it. We're going to trademark it.
I'll make it.
He's evil Trollian, which is...
Trollin?
Trollian?
Trollin.
Trollin?
Trollin. Oh,
Trollin? Troll. Trollian.
Trollin.
Whatever race Orko is, he comes from that race.
From a long, long time ago, before the Great Unrest.
Think Green Lantern Guardians, the little blue guys that control the Green Lanterns. That's what their race is supposed to be.
That's a comparative. Yeah. That's pretty good.
Orko is on Eternia to watch over He-Man. That's his job.
I thought he was kind of lost here.
No, but backstory is that he is here to watch He-Man.
Oh. Well, he's got a nice secret he's kept to himself this whole time.
Yeah, pretty much. He, Roger, is the creator of the Snake Men.
Well, he was their Lord and Master.
Yeah, he created
in the old mini comics.
Yeah, they mention him every once in a while.
The Snake Men would allude to their overlord or their master and call him the Unnamed One. You know, who
now,
is he?
Yeah, this figure we didn't get to see it until it shipped.
No. Oh no.
It did leak.
It did leak close to a week beforehand.
So we did know what it was.
But a little backstory behind it is that, like, you know, for a long time, people who have, you know, kept up with Motu for all these years and knew about the Unnamed One. See, we didn't know about him until maybe 6 months ago.
Maybe when they announced the figure.
So people who, like, were all about, well, who's the Unnamed One, you know, who were 7, 8 years old. Who is this Unnamed One? And went through puberty wondering who the Unnamed One was, and got to college still wondering who the Unnamed One was, and then
20 years later still
wondering who the Unnamed One was.
Probably wasn't expecting that.
Probably not.
Yeah.
They're probably that faction of people, which I feel for them, are extremely disappointed that this fella here, Roger, is the one that King Hiss refers to as the Unnamed One.
His lord.
So as far as the lore of Masters of the Universe go, I can understand how this is very disappointing and somewhat a letdown. Even when I was introduced to the idea of an Unnamed One, someone that the Snake Men were coward before and that was their master, I thought of someone who was a bad mamma jamma.
But dangerous things come in small packages. Orko is supposed to be all powerful, but he lost most of power when he's on Eternia, or he plays as anyway.
Regardless of the backstory and the lore of it and the big fizzle of the firecracker, this is a great figure, and we're gonna get more in depth to it.
Yeah, we take a look at the box right now and jump right into the figure after that.
Here we go.
Mailer box.
Mailer box, as always, as we're going to get used to from now on. We have the cardboard flavored mailer box, not the white
glossy
wax one. Saving on money. Let's get it open. And here we have Roger in all his majesty and glory and epicness and
same thing.
Always
same package.
Well, there's one thing. He is from the Hero Son of He-Man faction, which this year I was ready to put $1,000 down in Vegas that Hero Son of He-Man was going to be the mini sub. I was disappointed and upset for about 2 days about Club Etheria.
Did you subscribe?
Yeah, I subscribed.
I did too.
But it wasn't a fact of, like, I didn't want Etheria toys. It was the fact that I was super excited about, we had King He-Man, and now we had the Unnamed One, Roger. Hero Son of He-Man, I just was so sure that we were going to get new characters for new mini-sub. But
which is risky for Mattel right now. No?
I guarantee you eventually we're going to get them.
I want to see that era of He-Man.
I want to explore.
It's new. It's something like this is a new figure to me, so it's more interesting.
But something that's not similar to the majority of these other figures. In the background, there is a mini comic, the 4th mini comic, and I read it, and it is
Spoiler free.
It's awesome. It's awesome. Like that second to last page, when He-Man says, "I have the power," and like
there's a very Star Wars reminiscence kind of Darth Vader scene.
Think about the scene between Luke and Vader when he takes the helmet off.
Yeah.
And that's a kind of scene between He-Man
and somebody else.
And
somebody else. Yeah, we're not gonna ruin it.
You're pretty.
Go read it.
I'm pretty sure you know who we're talking about. So on the back we have some, basic figures like they always do, and they have the bio at the bottom.
What's his real name?
Oh, his real name? Oh, it says here Roger.
What's it say on the package his real name is?
Roger. I guess his middle name is Gorpo.
Gorpo, which is a little tidbit of information, that was supposed to be Orko's real name, but G was too hard to draw. So when they flipped the animation, the O would show both ways. So they changed it from a G to an O.
But
so yes, he does have Orko's original name.
It's just a typo they put here.
Should say Roger.
This is expensive typo variant edition.
Should tape over that.
Because it's supposed to say Roger, but it says Gorpo. So if you have one of these, it's very, very valuable.
Rare,
it's a rare. It's a misprint, But you got like a Snake Man, you got Snake Face, and you got Roger
Horde
right
Troopers
here.
that I don't know.
Horde Troopers. I got some Horde Troopers at the crib.
Anybody got Horde Troopers to spare? I'm fine with taking donations.
Yeah, we're gonna get into this toy.
Yeah, look at the articulation and stuff.
Which should not take very long. Okay, everyone, here's Roger in all his glory and majesty. Basic articulation of this guy. His shoulders, they move front to back. Not so much side to side. Very little. He has, at the elbow, he can turn side to side, and he can crunch it up. He has a wrist twist. Now on his head, he can go side to side. A little bit up and down. And guess what? That's all the articulation this guy has. So we're going to have to go into other things about him. He's pretty detailed. I mean, you look at his robes. It's very tattered. He has little indentions in it all the way around. There's a lot of wear and tear on this guy. He's been around a little bit. If you look at his mask piece, it's done the same. It's tattered. It has some holes in it. Like, he's got these shoulder pads that are pretty detailed. Each little plank of them has a silver rivet in each one. Just a little ball rivet. That's kind of cool. And on the back of his hood, it's tattered here. A couple holes there. The end of it really comes out and nice big point. It's folded. Got the ripples in the fold. Nice big ears. He's got these big ears like that. And if you look really close, he's got these piercings, so at one time he was a rebellious teenager. And on this head sculpt, he's got these dark, menacing eyes that go with him. Now on his chest piece is also some riveting right up in there. He's got this little emblem.
Which apparently is the Skull of Power.
The Skull of Power.
Yeah, it apparently is some kind of big lore thing with it.
Ooh. You know, the Skull of Power is also what turned Orko bad
In a comic book?
in a mini comic.
Same thing then.
I want to say so because it looks just like it, although I might be mistaken. But he has a satchel. His little sack right there. He's got a little knife right here, which what he would use that for, I don't know. But he's got
The shank bitches.
He can shank them. And he's got the staff. Staff's got a little jewel in it, and it's got a snake around that goes around it and then wraps all the way around. I guess this is something signifying that he is the leader of all the snake men, even above King Hiss. Roger gets around. Now we have him on his base. It's similar to Orko base. It turns side to side. His little arch keeps the equilibrium of it. But it only turns side to side like this. There's no tilt to that at all. But this isn't the only thing that comes with Roger. We have for him a second head. Now this head, man, it goes with that chest piece and these shoulder pads a lot better. It looks like something on Mad Max and a Thunderdome. Maybe, you know, actually...
Looks like Labyrinth.
No.
Seen the goblins on the
Even
Labyrinth?
more so, it looks like Legend.
Yeah, kind of, yeah.
It looks a lot like something either at a Labyrinth or a Legend. Look at all these spikes. Really detailed. Even on the little mohawk. The mohawk on the top even has rivets that go everywhere up in it. There's another little golden face, a little goblin face, right above his crown. And the little mouth protector protrudes out and up like that. Oh man, this is pretty cool. I like that a lot. But guess what, folks? That's not all. He has this. Some kind of magical projection. Am I on the right hand?
Yeah, it's the right hand.
Here we go. So he can cast some kind of spell at you and blast. You know. I never seen. Oh no. Of course, it's kind of hard to make it stand. The weight wants to tip it over. So you might have to actually fiddle with it for a moment or two to find the actual position to make it work if you want to display it like that. But honestly, I can say I've never seen Orko do any magic like that, so maybe he is that foreboding. But there's not much else to talk about this toy in the articulation and the detail, but it is pretty cool. 2 heads, a staff, and some magic power. And that, everyone, is basically Roger.
That's what we got for this review. The unnamed one.
Roger.
Roger. The unnamed one.
Roger.
We won't have a review next week.
Oh yeah, we're going to the
Louisiana.
2nd annual Beard and Mustache Championship.
So if you live in Louisiana or you live somewhere in the South, want to make a road trip, it's in Lafayette.
I will be competing in the style stash category. So root for me to take home at least some
Something.
prizes. Maybe if I can just win a couple free beers and a shot of Jameson, I'm cool with that.
So no review next week, no nerd talk next week, but we'll be back the following week.
Why do you have to watch? It's for them.
Make sure you give us a big thumbs up on the video. Check
Thumbs
back.
up on the video.
Thumbs up. Subscribe to the YouTube channel. Check out all of our other videos. Cast Grayskull on from this year. Master Universe Toys. Our Nerd Talk videos. Last week's DC Direct
New
figures.
52.
New 52 Johnny
figures.
Quick and Owlman review. Make sure you like, And follow us on YouTube, Facebook, Twitter.
Tweet these nuts, biatch.
Follow everybody else in the Somewhat Nerdy Family. Critter, Durf, Jav, Ben, Roz.
Roz's Midnight Macabre. There's a horror movie that this guy has not seen.
Ever.
How can you have a website dedicated to horror movies but had never seen this horror flick?
Because no matter how bad it is, because he's reviewed really bad horror movies.
He's reviewed horrendous horror movies, but he refuses to watch this spectacular one.
So go tell him to go watch, or just ask him to review the movie.
Just ask him, what's that movie you haven't seen?
That
Watch
those Somewhat Nerdy guys keep asking about. As soon as he reviews it, we'll stop talking about it.
And whatever you do, remember, never feed them after midnight.
Groovy. See you next time.
Stay nerdy.
Stay nerdy, bud.